Hello everyone, I'm the Peculiar Pisces and welcome to my channel. Today is August 19th, 2026, Wednesday, August 19th, 2026, and this is Flosstube video number 97. I am back with my weekly update. So I will kick right off into this. Hopefully this isn't going to be a super long video and I don't get very wordy today. Project 1 for the month of August is Teresa Wentzler's Woodland Faerie. I am doing this on 28 count fabric from Fabric Flair. This is called Flower Champagne or Champagne Flowers. I could never remember. Here is my progress since the last time you saw it. I just had the yellow starting and I think I just started around the curve. So I brought the yellow down and now I'm starting to fill in this. So this one I put in 3 hours, 13 minutes, and 36 seconds, and this has brought my total project time to 80 hours, 9 minutes, and 12 seconds. Okay. This is what I need to move. Project number 2, I am working on a Blackwork piece. This is from the Steady Thread, and this is the 2023 Botanical Stitch Along. This is the design that I'm working on. The last time you saw it, I was still working in the honeycombs. Since the last time you've seen it, I finished doing all of the honeycombs, including the 2 that I added at the bottom, and I have started doing the greenery. So right here is, wait, hold on. Yeah, I'm holding it the right way. Right here is one of the squares that I added. This way. This way. Okay, that's why it doesn't look right. Okay, so this is one of the squares that I added, and so I just, obviously, I didn't do the greenery in through here, so I just brought it up to it and brought it around it. And so the drop shadows kind of put the counting off for doing the greenery, so I'm doing the best that I can and kind of making adjustments on the fly, if that makes sense. But all of the honeycombs are done and the greenery has been started. So for this one, I worked on it. Okay, so for the week of 8/10 through 8/16, with me filming on the 12th and adding my totals, I put in another 2 hours, 53 minutes, and 9 seconds. And so for that week, it brought my time to 8 hours, 19 minutes, and 0 seconds. And then for the week of 8/17 through 8/23, I've worked on it 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 26 seconds. And it's put my total time to 11 hours, 24 minutes, and 26 seconds. Okay, and then project 3 is from Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Amy Brown, and this is called Risqué, and this is the no background version. I'm doing this on 22 count Hardinger that I hand dyed myself, and I'm doing a color conversion from red to blue. Okay, so the last time you saw this, I was about halfway through this row here. So I finished out the row. I came up and I did the edge of the hat to get, this next block, and then counted over to be working in these curlicues that are over here. So right now they're just kind of floating in space, but eventually they'll be attached to the hat. So this one, for the week of 8:10 through 8:16, I put in, after I filmed, I put in another 2 hours, 57 minutes, and 58 seconds. And that brought my total time to 182 hours, 44 minutes, and 56 seconds. And for that week, it brought my stitch count to 20,017 out of 74,797. And I was at 26.76%. Then for this week, the week of 8:17 through 8:23, so far I've put in 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 47 seconds. And it's brought my total time to 184 hours, 33 minutes, and 43 seconds. I have now put in 20,160 stitches, and I'm at 26.95%. So she is coming along. And then project 4 is the Dimensions Kit Dolphins Domain. Oh my goodness, my notifications are going crazy. So here is where I left off. I've just been sort of going back and forth between the blue background colors and filling in the dolphin. So there's a lot more of the dolphin filled in from the last time you saw it. Oh, my highlighter just fell. Okay. So for this one, the week of 8:10 through 8:16 after I filmed, I put in another 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 23 seconds, and that took my total time to 20 hours, 55 minutes, and 59 seconds. And then this week, 8:17 through 8:23, so far I've put in 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 52 seconds, and that has taken my total time to 22 hours, 13 minutes, and 51 seconds. Okay. So that is my 4 main projects. And wow, I did that under 10 minutes. Go me. So then I worked on some temperature stitching. Temperature projects, not temperature stitching. For my temperature projects, I'm kind of mixing a daily 30 with the temperature projects. Each one, when I work on it, when it gets called, I work on it for 30 minutes a day. And I use the temperatures, mostly the high temperature, to tell me which project to choose. I have 10 projects that I have labeled 0 through 9, and the second digit of the high temperature is what corresponds with each of the projects. So, for the past week, it was Thursday and Friday of last week and Monday and Tuesday of this week is pretty much the days that I am talking about. So on 8/13, it was 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is the monk's cloth project. I am working out of this book, Monk's Cloth Diamond Afghans. Monk's cloth, Swedish weaving, and Huck weaving are all the same thing. So some of my books tell me that it's monk's cloth, some of them tell me that it's Swedish weaving, and some of them tell me that it's Huck weaving, but it is all the same technique. I don't know why it's called different things. Maybe they rename it every generation. But this is the book that I am working out of. And specifically, I am working on this one right here, and it's called Precious Gem. Okay, So this is about the quarter panel. So I'm just working in the diamond part, but I'm almost done with the diamond. I think this is the last row of the diamond, and then I start on filling in the design down here. So this is the half that's already completed. So this is the part that I will be working on once I finish the diamond. Okay, and then on the 14th, it was 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and that is the Doctor Who diamond painting. This is what it will be looking like when I'm finished. Now, you just saw this last week, so I've just been filling in this section down here. That's it, just filling it in. Soon enough, this section will be done, and then I'll get to move up here, and then I'll almost at the halfway point, ish, almost. I'll just keep saying almost. Okay. I have to be careful about how I put this down, or else some of my drills come off, because this is such an old project. I've had this for like 6 years now. Okay, so then on the 17th, it was 83 degrees, and that is the Smurfette corner to corner piece. I'm not going to show you my pattern anymore because it's all like taped together and it's really old, and I'm starting to get nervous about opening and closing on the folds often. I don't want it to tear, so can't show you what it looks like anymore. But hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the bottom right corner of the piece. Just working on it. This is the shadow below Smurfette. I'm not quite to her shoes yet, but I will get there. Since the last time you saw it, I've actually put on several rows. One of the nights my husband was like, let's watch TV, and I can't really cross stitch while we're watching TV because my eyesight is so bad. If I wear these glasses, I can see the TV, but I can't really see the cross stitch in front of my face. And then if I change to my reading glasses, then I can see the cross stitch, but I can't really see the TV. So I was working on this. I was like, you know what? This is not very far done. Let me try to get some rows in it. So I've put on about 6 rows, I think, since the last time that you've seen it. So the little bit of work that I did on it, plus some work while watching TV. And then the last project that I worked on for temperature projects was on the 18th, and it was 88 degrees here, Fahrenheit, and that is the peacock printed. Hold on, I'm trying to get all of the Smurfette pieces into the bag. Little tiny yarn balls all over the place. So, sorry about that. So, the last one that I worked on is the peacock printed cross stitch. This is what it is supposed to look like when it is finished. I am nowhere close to finishing it. I put in a black thread. I put in a dark blue thread. And okay, so I did a black thread, I did a blue thread, and then I did this blue color over here that's a little bit different than this blue color. And then I went back to put in another black thread. So that's where I am since the last time you've seen it. So here it is from the back without all the distracting stuff. And that is it. That is all of my temperature stitching as well as my regular 4 projects. So I will keep this short. I'm not going to talk everyone's ear off. I will see everyone next week. And the fair is coming up super soon. When is the state fair? Okay, state fair starts next weekend, the 28th. So I should have one more filming session before I start talking about the fair. But I didn't because I didn't talk about it the other week. I entered 4 things into the state fair, and my youngest entered 3 things. So I entered Pentecost, the Blackwork piece that I finished last year that I entered into the county fair, and so that's in the state fair. This one is specifically in a Blackwork category, so it will only be competing against other Blackworks and not cross-stitch pieces. And then the second thing that I did was the cross-stitch with the hummingbird. It was a kit that I did last year, a plaid bucilla kit that it was called Hummingbird and Floral, and Donna Dewberry was the designer. I originally did not plan on entering that into the fair, but I did have the thoughts of making it into a pillow. And so when one of the categories for cross stitch was a 3D item like a pillow or a doorstop or something, I made it into a pillow. And so I have entered that. So that's 2 cross stitches in 2 different categories. Then I entered one of the hooded scarves that I made, the first one, the pink and purple one that my youngest is like, I like that, that's mine. So she gave that back to me so that I could enter that into the fair. And then the 4th thing was a wire wrapped piece. I entered one of the Tree of Life wire wrapped pieces that I did last year. Not that I made a lot of wire wrapping. The problem with wire wrapping is wire wrapping bothers carpal tunnel. Cross stitch bothers carpal tunnel. Crochet bothers carpal tunnel. All of my hobbies bother carpal tunnel. And a few years ago, I did have the carpal tunnel surgery, and it doesn't bother me as much anymore that it did. But every now and then, it hurts. It aches. So I don't work on them. I usually pick cross stitch or crochet over the wire wrapping, but it is what it is. So I entered those 4 things, and my youngest entered a pipe cleaner bunny, a hand-drawn picture of Rumi from K-pop Demon Hunters, and it was a ceramic piece that she made in school last year towards the end of the school year. So that ceramic piece that she made in school is something that we entered. So 3 things for her, 4 things for me. We're really excited. She's really excited. This is her first fair that she's entering. So we'll see how it goes. So that is it. That was the only update that I have, is that the fair is coming up and it's starting the weekend of the 28th and it runs until September 7th. So we've got like 2 weeks or a week and a half ish of fair time. So that is it. I will see everyone next week. Bye for now.